there was always this passion inside me that I had with my grandfather. I was like, I simply love cattle. I love photographing and I loved being with my pa. So when he passed away, it was the greatest loss we
Mm.
could ever go through as a farming family and as any family that loses a loved one. And when I was growing up, I was always drawn to art. I was always creative. I was always thinking about something. And then I was really grateful that I received incredible scholarships to continue my schooling at Ballarat Grammar,
Wow.
and had the most incredible art teachers that they would they would see a light in you that they nurtured. So it was probably, I reckon it was about year 11 and 12 that I was like, oh wow, this could be something.
Mm.
Uh, Slowly started to build up a few clients around that time, with on farm photography. So mostly sale photography for cattle. I went to New Zealand to start a degree in commerce. And then I was home for my first summer as a fresh 18-year-old, and I was actually in a really bad car accident. I broke my back and
Oh my
received,
God.
yeah, so I had an absolute turn for the worst. And when you're 18, you're like, oh, your whole life is what
Mm.
do you do? And it was actually my photography that kept me from some of the darkest days of recovery. I remember my mum would drive me around the cows with my camera in the car, and I was super immobile, but I could still take a photo. And I was like, wow, this being a photographer has this incredible power to heal you mentally and to help physically as well. And I think that was when the light bulb moment hit for me. I was like, wow, if I can get through some of the hardest days of my life as an 18-year-old, very immobile with a broken back, and still find a love for getting outside of the animals and the camera, yeah, that was a light bulb moment for me, really. Loved it ever since. Set up the business, have done it, I guess, as a side hustle for so long, because when you're young and you've got a business and you've bought your first house with your partner, there's so many hogs running. But yeah, so now confidently saying I photograph as a full-time photographer and I'm self-employed, and it's pretty special. It's yeah, it's exciting.
Oh my God. I am so impressed. I just think that that is so awesome. And kudos to mum for driving you around as well.
Yes, yes,
Gotta
yes.
love mums. Uh,
Oh,
I just
yeah,
love it. I'm so impressed, and I just love the story because it's one of passion, but also a journey, right? Like, going from that love of something to, a couple of clients to, huge life change, realizing that this is the thing and side
yeah.
hustle to fully fledged business. Like takes time, doesn't it?
Oh, it takes so much time, and I think if anything, it just takes a lot of courage. Like, you get so many people along
Mm.
the way that, especially probably in that older generation, that expect you to go to uni to get a degree, to go to straight into a corporate job. And I have got a degree. I've got a degree in business with a marketing major. And I think if anything, having jobs along the way in your early 20s across both, family owned businesses, corporate marketing jobs. I've done a stint in the cattle sale yards for a while as well with my partner around Australia. And you just, you take in so many different elements of the agriculture industry. So then when you're working with those clients that are in that industry, you've got your own experiences that you automatically connect with as well. So
Mm.
I think in agriculture, there's so many interconnections, and it's so easy for young people to get lost in the train of thought of, oh, I've got to go to uni, I've got to go into a grad job, I've got to do this, I've got to do that. And I think the sooner I realize that, wow, I can be self-employed doing what I love, your whole mindset changes in a whole different capacity of being positive and knowing your own strengths and knowing how, yeah, you can continue to better yourself as well.
Totally. And I love that because there are so many learnings as a business owner. It's like, it is a degree in and of itself, right? Like running a business is a business degree. It's just, oh my God, there's a lot more at stake.
Definitely, definitely. And I think you've just got to be so open to so many different views at the start too. You know, you'll get people that naturally don't believe in what you do, but then you get so many people that just want to back you 100%, and you get those incredible clients that come back year after year. And I've had some clients that I photographed for since I was probably, 16 or 17, and I still work for them now. So there's a real connection within the people within agriculture, but you also learn as a business owner that you've got really good clients and you also learn a lot about different people and different businesses when you do get those more challenging clients too. So yeah, I think it's just such a balancing act of your own life, your own business, and just being entirely passionate about what you do.